You ready?
You can set us free. I can take rest, cause the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed, and even if I don't, I see it as a test. Cause I was lost until you found me.
Welcome to another episode of Roots and Revelations. I have a special guest with me on today. I have Pastor Sean with me. I think we've been trying to get you here for a minute already.
Yes,
yeah, we've been trying to get you in for a minute. And I was just going to you can turn it on. Go ahead.
Actually, the lighting looks pretty good.
Okay, good. You know how we do on this show. we just real. That's it. We had to get our lighting together. So as I was saying, we've been trying to get you here. And at first I was like, okay, forget it. I can't get him here. Just forget it. We'll just move on. And I kind of had the same conversation with a woman, pastor, like a reverend. But I still felt like it still needed to be had with a man.
Okay.
And also with the dynamics of what you are in. And when I asked you, it wasn't my thought of a title, but when you said it, I was like, yeah, that's what it is, the second man, you know. Yeah. And I have seen, I won't say a lot, but I have experienced, people be second in charge, if you will. Mm-hmm. And when you see it, you just see the outside parameters of it, if you will, rather than what is taking place behind the scenes. And the first thing I think I want to talk to you about is the spirit that you have to carry to be the second man in charge, because we know that your pastor, the shepherd of the house, the lead pastor, he is an apostle, and for him to give you those responsibilities or to entrust certain things to you, there is a character that you should have.
Absolutely.
And I think I want to talk about that, because that is really important, like how you should be when you are entrusted with things. Yeah.
So I would say, for me, thank you for having me on here. And yes, it has been a while.
Yes.
We've been trying to do this for a few years.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
So I am honored to just be here. So thank you again. To answer your question, I think the number one spirit that you have to have is security in God. And then security in who God has made you. Yeah. Because being the second man or second in command, you don't have a vision. It's really not, it's not yours. Yeah. And even decisions you make has to be aligned with the visionary.
Yes. Yes.
So for some people, it may be difficult because you really got to put your vision, your concerns, your objectives, things that you may even want to do yourself or how you would want to handle things on the back burner. Yeah. And you got to have the heart of your leader and respond that same way. Yeah. And then even in responding that same way, be secure in who you are. Yeah. Yeah. Be secure in who you are. Be secure in who God made you. Because just because your leader will handle things that way doesn't always mean God called you to handle things that way. Yeah. And when your time comes, if your time comes, I get you, then you'll be able to handle things the way God leads you to do it.
And you said a lot right there. And I was going to go about asking you a question about humility. What the humility you
Mhm.
need to operate in this function. But I think what is important too is that when you are the second in command, the second in charge, um, because you're dealing with people
Mhm.
and people are people, their response to you may be different than
Right.
what it would be to him as
Right.
the lead shepherd. How do you handle that?
It's difficult.
Yes.
It really is very, very difficult.
Mhm.
And I say that because for me, I have more of a personal relationship with people. I'm more approachable. I'm more
Mhm.
relatable.
Mhm.
So I don't come to people as the father.
Okay.
I come to you as my brother, my sister,
Mhm.
because we do this together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the approach and the response is a little different
Mhm.
between me and other leaders and other people in the ministry versus how it is with them and the apostle. They look at the apostle as dad.
Yeah.
So it's a little more, I don't want to say fear, but reverence.
Yeah.
You know,
I get
for
it.
who he is.
Mhm.
But then when they talk to me, it's like, okay, yes, I respect his position,
Mhm.
but I also hear his heart
Yeah.
because we sit in the same seat,
Yeah.
sort of, because he's still our leader. The
Right.
apostle is still
Right.
our leader. So I always come with that approach.
Mhm.
I never want to make anyone feel like I am more than you just
Mhm.
because I hold the title.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, before I became executive pastor,
Yeah.
I was just Sean.
Right.
I was just like you. I was a member of the church. I was following our leader, listening to the instructions that he got from God. And that's how we operated.
Yeah.
Just because I do something different don't mean I act different.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. And so I guess you're leading me back to the question I was going to ask you before about humility and how important it is. And I also want you to even expound on having the heart of the leader, because that's important. Yeah.
So the humility always comes from the position to where I never look at my pastor as we're equal. We're never on the same page. Even to the point where I had relationship with people that I call friends.
Yeah.
We were really, really close. And then my leader became really close with them and became friends with them. So now I had to take a position to where I separated myself from them because I'm not trying to have that familiar spirit with my
I get what
leader.
you're saying. Yeah.
But I didn't, it wasn't to the point where I said to my friends that we can no longer be cool. It's just that when you're in the circle with my leader, I'm not in that circle.
Yeah.
I'm not in that circle because I respect him enough. I'm humble enough to the point where I know I don't want to see him in certain lights.
Yeah. Right.
So it takes a lot of humility to see yourself and where you ought to be versus where people sometimes want to put you.
Yeah.
And I allowed myself to always be there. So I never mingle with my pastor and his friends. I never.
You're saying something really good here, because when you operate in the spirit of humility, you understand that you are not suffering any losses. Because sometimes people figure or they think that because I'm in this position and because I operate in this manner, I'm losing all this stuff because, but when you walk in that spirit of humility, I'm not losing anything. I'm gaining, I'm gaining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that even goes back to what you said, having the heart of your leader. And one thing I've learned as I did a little study on the heart is in the middle of the word heart is the word ear.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't just hear what he says out of his mouth, but I hear what he doesn't say with his heart.
Yes, that's good.
And that's the difference between, knowing your position, because even sometimes my pastor can say things to us as the sheep. I don't just hear what he say, but I hear what he's not saying.
Yeah.
And that's where you have the heart of your leader to also carry out the vision and carry out the things that he's not saying. So even though he writes the vision and makes it plain, I still got to run with it.
And I think it also from what you're saying to me, I also believe that it also comes with discernment.
Yes.
Because a leader cannot always spell out to you.
Right.
You get what I'm saying.
Right.
Can't always spell out to you the nooks and crannies of what's going on in the ministry. So that having his heart is also important, but also being able to discern is important too, because it's not all the time that they're going to tell you that this is happening and that is happening, and no, watch out for this and don't watch out for that. It's important that, and it's not, a lot of times I often tell those who alongside me closely, I say it reminds me of Elijah and Elijah.
Yes.
A lot of things was learned by Elijah was because he was walking with Elijah.
Right.
It wasn't something like he said, get a notebook and write this down. You know, it was, I watched this, I saw this, I experienced this, and now I know I need to do this. And also there are times where you like, that worked, but I better do it this way, or it might, understand. And also in doing that, considering your leader's heart.
Exactly.
That you don't become a stumbling block for their ministry or for what it is that they are assigned to do, because sometimes you are trying to be so helpful.
Right. Yeah. And what I've learned, and this honestly, I've learned this from you, that sometimes you have to allow them to make the mistake and not correct whatever you feel may be wrong, but you may see it going in a different direction where you feel like you could have did this better or did, or had a different outcome. Not even necessarily better, but had a different outcome that probably would have been more successful. Sometimes you got to let them see that.
Yes.
And then let them know that, okay, being that didn't work, let's try this.
Yes.
And that helps you not get in the way of their vision.
Yes.
Because if you do it your way the first time, you distort the vision of the house.
Absolutely.
And that you can't do.
Yeah. And I think that's important what you said, that a lot of people distort the work that is given to the man or the woman servant because they lack not only, I don't even want to take it to the point of integrity, they lack understanding.
Yes.
Yeah, they lack understanding. And I think, are there any times that you look for counsel, for help to know how to maneuver?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because my leader, sometimes he's so focused on being the leader, he doesn't spell out the details.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have to look for counsel, and sometimes not from him.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I have to have other friends in ministry and say, what do you think about this? Or how do you feel? How would you handle this?
Yeah.
And I usually go to people that I know that sat in the same seat. Because you can't talk to everybody about it.
You can't.
So I go to people that sat in the same seat and say, what do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think he meant by this? And I've been honestly privileged to have people in my life that has sat where I sat and actually sat with the same leader.
Okay. Yeah.
So because they've also sat with the same leader, I can go to them and say, how do you think he would want this carried out? When I don't understand, because we all know sometimes as leaders, we just say and we say and we say. It's like us being parents. Like I tell my kids what to do. I ain't got to tell you why to do it.
Yeah.
It's just what you got to do. But then there's times when the details have to be spelled out. For instance, like with my two boys, my oldest boy would tell my youngest boy, Daddy said do this because.
Yeah. He's explaining. Because. Yeah.
And I look at that relationship because I'm the father.
Yeah.
But he's the brother.
Yeah.
He's giving the counsel, but he's also giving the advice.
Yeah.
So my pastor gives the counsel, but me being a brother to other leaders and ministry workers and even the congregation, I also give the details, instruction, and a little more advice.
And I think that is maturity too, because if you're not mature, you can look at your pastor as having a character flaw.
Yes.
Or there is a dysfunction within the way that they do ministry. but that's just how they wired. That's just how they build.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it's important to know your leader, because if not, you will describe them as something they are not, because you have lack of understanding of who they are. And I believe also that a lot of times in ministry, there's a lot of growing pains to get to this place. So you have to endure. That's why you have to be immature.
Yeah.
You have to be very mature, because you have to endure going through like the labor pains of birthing your relationship together. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because if not, if you're ready to tuck tail and run, or you're ready to gossip and talk about what he is or he is not doing and how he should do it, then you will never meet what God really has for the both of you to be in the vision. You understand what I'm saying?
You will miss out on all of the learning experiences and what it is that God has called you to learn in the process of things.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we want to skip process.
Yeah.
And sometimes we don't know that we're skipping process just because we want things to be done our way.
Or we have a lot of opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That also like I said, distorts vision, but then you stunt your growth.
Yes.
Because whatever it is you're supposed to learn in this season, you will miss by having an opinion.
Yeah. You know, I remember a long time ago, and this is one of my favorite things about the old Juanita Bynum. One of my favorite things about her was when she apologized to TD Jakes, because she said she missed being at his feet because she got caught up in what everybody else was saying, what everybody told her she should do. And oh, you don't have to do it. You anointed. You could do this. And people can get caught up in that, because it's true. You are anointed.
Yeah.
You know, you are. I'm running his church. I could run my own church. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You can get caught up in that, but it's like what you said. You can't miss the process,
right? Because
even if you go into your own ministry or whatever God has called you to prematurely, you will find out that everything that you needed in those times is lacking in what you're trying to do.
Right.
And that part of whatever you're doing will suffer.
Right.
It's guaranteed.
Absolutely.
It's going to suffer.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I love what you said there when how you said that you are anointed even where you are.
Yeah.
But you have to remember where the oil runs from.
That's good right there. That's good right there.
It comes from the beard.
Yeah.
But whose face is the beard on?
That's good right there. That's good. That's
because
good.
It's not your face.
It's not. Yeah. It's not yours.
It's not your beard.
Yeah.
And it's not your oil.
Yeah.
And if that oil stops flowing, then that's when you know you've lost your place.
Yeah.
Because you got too big headed and you felt like it was all about you because you got some accolades, you got some applauses, and people enjoying the word that you brought forth this Sunday. But it's different to have a word every now and then versus
all the time.
A word every midweek service, every Sunday, nonstop.
Yeah,
putting a series together. You might have an idea here or there, but to lay before God and be consistent with that takes a different kind of oil.
And I also believe that that's something that needs to be taught.
Right.
That is something that just is not something that just happens for you.
Absolutely.
There are practical and spiritual things that need to take place in a person's journey and walk, even if you're called to leadership.
Yes.
And if you don't learn those things when you get to it before you should, you won't need to wonder why your church is falling apart, because you don't know how to handle money.
Yes.
You don't know how to handle people.
Yes.
You don't know how to control your emotions.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I have seen a lot of leaders in ministry but don't know how to control them. Like, they'll tell everybody what's going on, what somebody did to them, and you're destroying another person because you got to release to everybody about what happened. And I think that you find not just maturity and growth in that space, but you find integrity and character in there too. That's why you need to be able to function with a submissive heart.
Right.
Yeah.
What I like to call that is bleeding on the sheep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can be wounded and be a shepherd, but it's because of what you have to fight to prevent your sheep from having to deal with.
Yes.
Because if you're the shepherd, you got to fight off the wolves before the wolves get to your sheep, and the wolf may bite you.
Yeah.
But are you going to go to your sheep and complain and say, I saved your life because I killed this wolf?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what a lot of leaders and people do. And I had to learn that as well. That, you know, even watching my pastor, watching my leader, I watched him preach, finding out his uncle was on his deathbed. Got the 5 minutes before getting up to give the word. And gets the call that his uncle is about to pass away, but he still goes up to preach. And I text him like, yo, you good? I got you. If you need me, I got you. I'm right here. He ignores me, but still goes and preach. And then for me, after I hear the preach word, I'm like, wow.
And look, you probably was like, I had no business interrupting or intervening.
You good.
I had no business trying to do something.
Yeah, and then he still had a level of maturity in himself to not let what he had to deal with on the outside influence the message that he had to bring across.
And I think that's teaching moments. I really believe, and I believe a lot of people miss teaching moments because they don't know how to be second in command.
Right.
And even sometimes people are second in command being first. you understand what I'm saying? Like they doing stuff behind the pastor back, they saying things, they gathering people, they doing all types of crazy nonsense. And you was entrusted to be the one that lift the man or woman of God hands up to keep them up, and you up here doing stuff that you don't supposed to be doing.
It's really tough because a lot of people, and it's sad to say, a lot of people get in ministry because they're insecure.
You said it. You're saying a mouthful. And absolutely.
The church is the only place you can really get into and not be qualified for it.
You better say something there. It's the truth.
It's sad.
It's the truth.
You know, you don't have to have the degrees. You don't have to have the knowledge. All you have to do is want to do it.
Yeah, and a few people that's silly enough to follow you.
They will follow you.
Yeah, they will follow you.
And then you have people that now begin to start churches inside of churches. And, you know, they just get the ego, and I can do this better than the pastor, or I had a better idea and things like that. And like we said, you don't realize what you're missing in that process that you'll learn when you get there. And then you blow up and you're asking God why.
Let's talk about what you said about insecurities, because we see it prevalent more than ever in the church. That a lot of people have platforms because of the insecurities and their wounds and their trauma, and they base ministry upon that, around that, you know. There are a lot of things that I had to deal with. I won't say more so openly, but they were seen, you know, and I can say truthfully, there were times where I had insecurities about certain things, things that I haven't yet dealt with that will, you know, shine through in moments. You know, I think it's a blessing to be in this position where you can deal with those things if you had to, and not be in the spotlight per se, in front of everybody, rather than being in the spotlight, the main head, if you will, and then have to deal with those things. Because let's be honest, some people put the cart before the horse. Is that how you say the cart before the horse? And they be out there, and because for the sake of the people, God allows it to continue to go on because it will mess and destroy a lot of people. And a lot of people, and a lot of people think that because something is functioning, God is on. You understand? God is in it. But no, it's because the people. He don't want to see the people messed up. But you really jacked up. You understand what I'm saying? And so how do you deal with those? First of all, how do you appreciate the opportunity to deal with those things? And how do you deal with those insecurities or those dysfunctions you may have noticed?
Well,
you know,
I thank God that I don't have to deal with him openly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that he allows me the time and space to deal with myself first.
Yeah.
And
that's the way to go.
Yeah. I appreciate it more because I understand that there are still a lot of wounds that I may not even know are there. You know, so seeing different people deal with different things in different areas of their lives makes me appreciate that I'm not even there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
I'm glad I have not arrived because I will probably handle it the same way. And it allows me to see that and then look in the mirror and say, this is what you need to deal with yourself.
How do you handle when your leader is displeased with the decisions you have made? If you do.
It's crushing. It is crushing. But what I do appreciate about my leader is that he will check me privately.
Yeah.
But check me sternly.
I get it. I get
privately, but sternly.
Yeah.
And he would say, I don't like that you did that.
Yeah.
That is not the way you should have done that. For instance, there was a situation where, because I'm also a minister of music as well.
Yeah.
So there was a situation where we were going out to a service. He was going out to preach. And at the last minute, I had to tell him I couldn't make it. This service started at 7:00. I told him at 6:30, like something came up and I just can't do it. He was like, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
A half hour before? Like,
we don't do that.
I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Is what he said. And it was just, for me, it hurt because I knew the position I put him in.
Absolutely. That's good right there.
Because now he has to do something without somebody he depended on.
That.
Or he expected to be in place.
Yeah.
Which makes his assignment more difficult.
Yeah.
Not to say that he can't do it.
That's it.
It just makes it more difficult.
And I think that's a good point of what you're making, because sometimes we know that a leader can do something.
Right.
Like they don't need a lot of help in doing something, but it doesn't negate from the responsibility you have of your presence.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
That
it hurts. It hurts, but I appreciate that there's still correction. I appreciate that there's still correction. I appreciate even in the correction that my presence is missed.
Yeah, that's good.
And it makes me acknowledge and also appreciate even more that it's not just about me being there, but it's about the value that I bring.
Yes.
To not just the ministry, but to him.
Yeah.
And to know that as sitting as the second man, it makes you appreciate your seat even more.
Yeah.
So you know that you're not just doing something, you're not just functioning. You're not just doing it just to be doing it, but you're doing it because this is what you're called to.
Yeah.
This is really what God has called you to do and what you're chosen for.
So I believe I had asked this question when I was talking to a woman that was second in charge. How do you not forget about the things God told you concerning you as you help the man of God go forth with his vision, that you don't lose vision for the vision that God gave you?
Patience and prayer. That's really what it is. Patience and prayer.
Yeah.
I don't even bring my ideas, thoughts, visions to my leader like that.
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to seem as if I'm trying to do something before my time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my prayer is, God, reveal it to him.
Yeah.
And when it's my time to go, he'll send me.
He'll send you. Talk about how important it is to be sent than just to go. It's so important.
It's the blessing of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like you telling your children asking you, can I go out to the movies? Versus them just going to the movies. Like, and then if something happens to you while you're out there, the parent doesn't even know you're out there, and they still feel the responsibility and the weight versus them giving you the blessing to go.
Oh my God.
So it's like how a man asks his fiance's, his girlfriend's father for her hand in marriage.
Yeah.
He gives the blessing.
Yeah.
To say, you can take my daughter. I trust you with her.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. It's a level of trust.
Yeah.
So I have to understand and know that everything I do, I ask permission for.
Yeah. And you said something about the level of trust. And I know it's them trusting you, but you trusting their yes or no. Yeah.
That's hard.
Yes.
That's more that's even harder because sometimes no hurts. to say no, don't go. No, don't do that. No, this ain't the time.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that's where you learn whether or not you have enough trust and faith in your leader. Because you can get out there and kill yourself. Kill what God has for you, even in the future, by going out and doing something that he has not blessed.
Yeah. You know, I also see it as exactly what you said. I also see it as the ability, it's preparation. It's preparation for the things to come. And if you can't receive a no, then why should you receive a yes?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you actually deserve it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you actually work for it?
Yeah.
Because, you don't deserve every yes you get.
Yeah, I understand.
You don't, to be honest, you don't even deserve the yes at all. Because sometimes waiting is your season of learning.
Absolutely.
Like my pastor, at one point in time, before you became a leader or before you went out, you had to go with him to every engagement.
And some people will fail in just that because they think that they don't have to keep coming with you everywhere.
Right.
You taking up my time,
especially
and you
this
don't
day
control
age.
my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially this day and age.
Yeah.
This generation of church is different.
It's so different.
I mean, I've been in church my entire life. I don't think this generation of church can handle.
No, absolutely not.
The early 90s church.
No, absolutely not.
The 4 or 5 hours of church.
No, they couldn't handle it.
Just for the morning service.
They can't even handle no.
Right.
If you tell them no, there's so much that comes behind it.
Are they leaving?
Yeah.
Will they keep giving?
Will they? A whole bunch. They have choices and everything if you tell them no.
Yeah.
But what they don't understand is that no qualifies you.
Yes.
No qualifies you.
Yes.
It gives how could I put it? It gives a lens to where you are.
Yes, a different perspective.
Yes. Yeah.
And I've learned that from even being in leadership, because I have to see things from where my leader is at times when I can see there.
Yeah.
Because I'm not always privileged
to
see there.
Yeah.
But I have to see from his perspective and then see from the people's perspective. And it allows you to see that because he said no, there is something around the corner that he sees
that you don't see.
That we don't see.
Yeah. And before we go, I want to ask you about this because I think it's important. When you are under leadership, you it's very important and it's necessary to walk in a spirit of confidentiality, right? And I notice, especially in today's church, when people fall out with people, then all a person's business is out in the street. And there's backdoor conversations and there's posts and there's, because we got social media, there's so many different things to ridicule and to judge, right? Because you was privy and you was given access to something someone else never got. Got the honestly could never be around. Right. And so, talk about confidentiality carrying on after there is a departure, or there is to be a departure, how you have to have integrity in that.
What I've learned is your leader is the bridge.
Yes.
Your leader is the bridge. So whatever you may have seen, whatever it is you may have heard, whatever conversations you may have had behind closed doors or behind the scenes, you want to hold on to that, because if you let it go and burn that bridge, there's no way back over.
Oh my God, my Lord.
There's no way back over.
Yeah.
Because that's the bridge that got you from there to where you are. So if you ever need to get back in case of emergency, you need a lifeline.
Yeah.
You need a lifesaver.
Yeah.
Because there's water under there.
Yeah.
So you either going to sink and drown, or you going to swim.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the hard part. That's what keeps me, I would say, where I am to understand and know, because I've seen people burn so many bridges.
Yeah.
And then they turn around and need those people again. And I'm not even talking about from a leadership perspective.
I'm talking about
just
in general.
Just in general, you know, like everyday life, you burn that bridge, but then you turn around and say, I'm homeless.
Yeah.
I need somewhere to stay.
Yeah.
But do you remember how you burned that before? You know, so that's what keeps me mindful of knowing that whatever I may know about my leader, in confidence, I still keep that.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, he's still human.
Yes. Yes.
He's still human. And I wouldn't want nobody to look at him any differently because he made a mistake or because he has a flaw. Yeah. Because as a shepherd, as a leader, people in the congregation tell us they flaws all the time. All the time. And want us to keep it.
Yes, all the time.
But as soon as a pastor make a mistake, we want to, I knew he was doing that. I knew she was doing that. I knew that was going on. And we lose the reverence and respect and burn that bridge. And
it's not, what people don't understand is, it's not just about a person, it's about a office.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And that office is held by God.
Yes.
And so when you run your mouth or you do ill things or you say violate the trust, you're not just doing it to that person, you're doing it to the office, which belongs to God.
Right.
Yeah.
And what we forget is that in the office, there is a seat. There's a chair.
Yeah.
That's in that office. And we sometimes wonder why the mantle is never passed. Because we have destroyed the seat.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So now, if your time comes or was to come to occupy that office and occupy that seat, you destroyed it.
You destroyed it.
So you can never sit there.
Yeah, my God. That's good right there.
You can never sit there.
Yeah.
But then you're praying to God, when is it my turn?
Yeah.
When am I gonna do this? When am I gonna do that? When is my plan gonna come to pass? And sometimes we're behind time because of what we destroyed.
Because of what we destroyed in time. That's good. That is good. That is good. Okay. Lastly, my question is, if you had to give a recommendation to someone that was second in charge, and you only had one thing to give them, one thing. I know it's a plethora of stuff, but if you said, if you do this, you'll be able to make it through all of, everything else. What would that be?
Keep your leader's hands up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he can only continue to win battles when his hands are lifted.
Yeah. Yeah.
As long as you keep him lifted, when he wins, you win.
Yeah.
And when the time comes for you, he will always remember who kept his hands up.
Who kept his hands up. Yes.
Because then he not only trusts you with himself, but he trusts you with his
people.
vision.
Yeah. Yes.
And you can carry it on.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You can carry it on.
Absolutely. Thank you, man of God.
Thank you for having me.
It looked like you took a deep breath. Like,
Yeah. we made it.
Yeah, we made it through
and
it.
I appreciate it, and I thank you for even this opportunity to share and be a part of this. I know it's been a long time coming.
Yeah,
but I think I had to learn things.
That's what it is.
Before
we spoke,
we could actually have this conversation.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe some things had to transpire. Some things had to take place.
Yeah.
Some growth, some maturity.
Exactly.
So that you could truly help the people in everything that you were saying.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for showing up.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming to another another session of Roots and if I could get it together. Another session of Roots and Revelation. God bless you. Thank you for watching and being a part of the conversation. This content isn't meant to be kept. It's meant to be shared. So subscribe to this channel and share it. Post a link on your social media platforms. And if you haven't caught last season yet, take some time to watch. It's all there for you. Listen, community starts with connection, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. So follow me on all platforms so we can stay connected. Until next time, this is your host, Apostle Felicia Berry, of Roots and Revelation.
I want to